Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm the inspirational Andy Murray from WhatCulture. And remember, you can never have too much news.
We are back once again. Coming up, some huge news if you're a fan of Impact Wrestling.
A big update on Enzo Amore returning to the ring.
Massive new signing for WWE.
Everything that went down at Triple H's 50th birthday bash.
And if you're a fan of AEW, something else that will get you very, very excited. Oh, actually. 1 second, mate. Just got to be back. I'm addicted to this game.
Got a news video to record?
Sorry about that. I've been absolutely addicted to this game. It's called Coin Master. It's totally free and you can play it with your friends and give them gifts, raid their coins, or even attack their village like a certain someone in the WhatCulture office has been doing. My favourite thing of all, though, has to be the pet animals you can keep to boost your skills. I mean, how often do you get to say you've got your own pet bloody rhino? This, though, is the most downloaded game in the UK in 2019, and it's getting even bigger day by day in the US as well. There's even a tournament going on right now, so if you can get involved, you get yourself even bigger rewards. In fact, if you download it using my exclusive link in the description below, you get yourself 300k coins and 50 slot spins to get yourself started on your first village. I'll see you there. If you raid my village one more time, Cleary, I swear to God, I'm gonna Sorry about that, mate.
All good.
Loving this. Where were we?
Let's roll in. We're going to start off with a little bit of news about WWE cancelling goddamn house shows once again. They're at it once more. So basically, on rather short notice, WWE have cancelled a bunch of house shows in the United States on the 3rd, the 4th and the 5th of August. That's pretty much just the next few days.
Yeah.
And they were cancelled earlier in the week. Apparently, WWE say they are due to scheduling conflicts. Interestingly, all 3 shows are SmackDown house shows, but they've been wiped out, they're gone, they're no longer taking place. You can get yourself a refund or whatever. It's really hard to see what kind of scheduling conflict they could possibly have, other than maybe needing everyone for Raw shows that might be going on the same day. Maybe they've just sold no tickets. Who the hell knows? Either way, WWE tearing up the schedule, throwing all these house shows in the goddamn bin, and probably making a bunch of kids who want to go cry.
It's weird this, because it's not only the fact of, whatever the reasoning is behind it, whether it be they want to give more people time off as they head towards SummerSlam and the intense schedule that obviously brings, whether, like you say, they haven't sold enough tickets, whether it's legitimately a scheduling conflict, we won't know. All I think is, when you start saying 3rd, 4th and 5th, I thought you were going to say September, not literally tomorrow.
Next day!
Because, like you say, if I had bought tickets for WWE in Newcastle, for example, and they turned around the day before and went, it's not going on, I probably wouldn't book tickets for a house show again.
Ever again? Yeah.
It's really inspiring less and less confidence in the brand.
It's really, really bad form, and I know house show business is kind of in the toilet these days, and they can just get away with doing this willy-nilly, it seems, but come on, guys, get it together. This is really not good customer service, really not good PR. Stop it.
Really, really poor form from
Angry.
them. Right, let's talk about one of the competitors to WWE, maybe not the biggest one right now, but Impact Wrestling, who've been going through a bit of a tough time recently, a lot of speculation what was going to go on with them, potentially have some good news. They're, of course, negotiating a new TV deal, and is it Access we're going with there?
Access TV?
Access TV. I never know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Access TV,
Mark
the deal
Cuban.
that everyone's been talking about for quite some time now, does appear to be still on the table. A lot of people assumed it was dead in the water, but according to Dave Meltzer in the latest issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Impact's parent company, Anthem Sports and Entertainment, remain in talks with Access Television over a potential deal. So there could be some light at the end of the tunnel for them.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because this deal was on and then it was off and then it was on again and then Impact Wrestling were going to buy the network or some mental nonsense. It's crazy. It's all over the place. I do believe that in Dave's report, he stated something along the lines of both parties have signed non-disclosure agreements. So there's only so much information going out there.
I like the way he says, further extrapolation is impossible due to these non-disclosure agreements.
Hey, I wrote that sentence.
Good work.
Really nice. I'm quite proud of it. So yeah, it's kind of hard to tell the ins and outs, the particulars and so forth. But Impact Wrestling really do need a new home. Pursuit have been an absolute nightmare. Their viewership is something like 12,000 every week. They get the same amount on Twitch, of course. They've had problems with Pursuit airing the wrong bloody episode of TV one week. There's a weird thing where it's split into 4 blocks if you're trying to record it. So if you accidentally only record the first block, you're getting half an hour of a 2-hour show. It's a mess. It's a shambles. Conan has come out and said that their next network will be a big step forward. Here's hoping for the promotion's sake. This is very soon.
All competition is good.
Yeah, let's move on to Enzo Amore. For some reason, he's wrestling again. He's coming back. This will be the first match he has had since leaving WWE in, January 2018? Yeah. That's mental. He's obviously showed up at, various indie shows. He was at Ring of Honor and New Japan's G1 Supercard.
Him and Joey Janela had a fight.
Yeah, a Blink-182 concert that totally wasn't scripted. And then they kind of, Ring of Honor, I guess, kind of figured out, actually, no, Enzo Amore absolutely sucks and is a moron, so we're not going to hire him. And Big Kaz, but he's back, as revealed on the Store Horseman podcast. Very good. Nice. Enzo will be returning to the ring for Northeast Wrestling's event on the 16th of August. No word on an opponent, anything like that. A couple of weeks away. He's coming back. No word if Cass will be there, or Kaz XL. Happy to see Bill Cosby there, or whatever he said.
I am Bill Cosby, bitch.
That's the one.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not necessarily a huge fan of his, but I did see his stall at either WrestleCon or StarCast or whatever it was, and he had arguably the biggest line of all. Mm-hmm. So there's clearly a lot of interest in him, and I'm intrigued by it. I may not be necessarily, as I said, a huge fan, but I'd be intrigued to see what he does and how he's maybe altered what he does in between the ropes.
Yeah, I think after that little story I've just told, my opinions on Enzo Amore are pretty clear. But the angle in Madison Square Garden, I was in the building. I was fortunate enough to be in the building for that, and it was hot as hell. It was molten. It was crazy. Obviously, the deal couldn't be done, but it'll be interesting to see what Enzo and Kaz can do as an independent act, because they weren't really work rate guys, they were charisma guys. Enzo, during his time in the company, was the most charismatic person on the microphone in WWE. Kaz was solid as well, and he was a relatively functional big man. The Daniel Bryan feud I actually quite liked. A lot of people hated it. But it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Still remember getting a message from you as me and Cleary tried to have a quiet pint on a Saturday night saying, Bret Hart's been attacked at the Hall of Fame. We're like, all right, I better do a new story on that. Did that, sorted that all out, went to sit back down. Enzo and Cass are here. We were like, good one, guys. And then you were like, no, they're really here. They're jumping Bully Ray and all the others, etc.
There was a voice note as well, wasn't it?
Madness. Right, let's talk about a person who is signing for WWE now, King Cuerno. For a Paxton rolling my R's. A huge Mexican wrestling star, also known as El Hijo del Fantasma, is set to begin working with WWE next month. Now, again, this is Shaggy Dave writing in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. It's all centres around the fact that his Lucha Underground contract has sort of finally been resolved. We know a lot of wrestlers have already had issues getting out of their Lucha Underground contract, but he is now free to go and work in WWE. He speaks fluent English, which is obviously going to stand him in good stead there. He is 35 years old, and I reckon he's going to do pretty well in the WWE.
Yeah, I think he's a good pickup. He's got good size, he's a good-looking fella. He just lost a few months ago, he lost a mask versus mask or mask versus hair match. So, they won't have to worry about masking him up. WWE obviously have problems booking masked wrestlers. Good size, yeah, very talented guy. I only watched the first season of Lucha Underground, but he was one of the standouts. I really loved the King Cuerno Hunter gimmick that he was doing. Really cool stuff. Looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Want to watch in NXT, I'd say.
Yeah, 100%. I think he'll fit in rather well. It's a shame he's coming along now, Phil, because he'd have been great in that breakout tournament they're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
But, alas. Shall we move on? Shall we talk about Triple H? He is recently turned 50, and he has recently had a big banter birthday bash. All the legends were there, all your favourites. There's a great picture doing the round of Scott Hall and I almost said Sean McMahon. Shawn Michaels, Shawn Waltman sitting on a boat, taps off, having a wee bev, just enjoying themselves, kicking back. Well, on the X-Pac 12360 podcast, Waltman has told stories about everything that went down. I'm just going to tell you a few choice cuts. Sounds like an absolute riot, to be honest. So this great photo of the big shaggers has been doing the round. Waltman said Triple H took them all to the most beautiful town he has ever seen, Ballater, Aberdeenshire. They were all put up in a 40-room lakeside hotel. He said it was very intimate. The first night they had dinner. The next morning, obviously you need to eat. The next morning they had a bunch of fun on the lake. They did jet skis. They were on boats. They did some ceremonial axe throwing because Triple H thinks he's a bloody Viking. Vince was there. He had his tap off, 74 years old. Sean Waltman says he looked incredible.
Yeah, of
no
course he did.
surprises there. And then in the evening, they had a big old sesh in the barn. Waltman said he was sitting at a table with, and how's this for a shagging team, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. Imagine that sesh. Stephanie McMahon then marched everyone outside for a light show, and there was like hundreds of drones doing the DX logo in the sky. And then to top the night off, Sean Waltman ended his evening with a dance with Linda McMahon. Sounds great.
I wish I was there. It's my birthday, just to point out, in 6 days. No pressure.
No pressure.
Got to live up to that.
Your birthday last year was quite the ceremony.
Absolute scene.
So we'll see how that
Want to
goes.
send any presents? You know what the WhatCulture address is. Send me presents.
Do that.
Please.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on and talk all about All Elite Wrestling, because of course at 5 o'clock our time, 12 p.m. EST, the tickets for AEW's first TV, which of course October 2nd, New York City, go on sale, and AEW released this fantastic promo. Cody Rhodes talking down the lens, heavily hinting about what WWE had to say about them, blood and guts and all that, and talking about what they've managed to achieve, starting of course at All In and All Out, Double or Nothing, and now of course finally making history, returning wrestling to TNT, and turning the wrestling world upside down. Tickets go on sale, as I said, 5 p.m. UK time, midday-ish EST. And I'm intrigued to see how fast they sell out.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer had actually a really interesting breakdown of this in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and he was saying that basically they've calibrated the arena, I can't remember the name of it, for 14,000 seats. Now, obviously, selling that out would be brilliant, but it shouldn't really be expected because it's a brand new wrestling company. But that being said, no numbers from AEW so far have made any sense whatsoever. Tremendous buy rates for Double or Nothing. The 50-minute sellout or whatever it was for All Out, with over 100,000 people trying to get tickets. Sellout for Double or Nothing very quick as well. None of this makes any sense for a startup wrestling promotion. So even for selling like 14,000 on your first TV show is mental, it might actually happen. He also said that anything above 9,000 would be seen as great, 6,000 would be seen as a good number, but obviously the perception among the public being that if they sell 6,000 in a 14,000 arena, that's going to be seen as poor, even though it's a brand new company. So I'm really interested to see what they can see what they can do, particularly considering they've already started announcing matches and stuff. So
yeah.
Eyes
Some
on
great
that.
matches on that call already.
Absolutely, eyes on that. In fact, they may have already sold out by the time we hit the airwaves. Who the hell knows? Our final story of the day is Jon Moxley has entrance music.
Yay!
That's it. Let's go to the Twitter questions. No, his AEW theme song has been released to the public. It is by a group called Violent Idols. Kane Churko of the group, or maybe that's just his alias, on Twitter unleashed it today. It's called Unscripted Violence. Check it out if you haven't already. It's totally different to his New Japan theme, which is like this sleazy, slow, lurching metal jam. This is much more fast-paced. It's like stomp your face in, and I think it probably reflects the differences between the character in New Japan and AEW.
Yeah, it works really well for him, actually. Go and check that out. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE, of course. If you want to send them to us. Tim DiPietro sent us our first question today. He says, how do you think Maria will lose the 24/7 championship?
I'm going to go for the Michael Hamflett option, some kind of pregnant meeting thing with Maurice, who scoops up the belt.
I love that. I'm going to incline to go with Renee,
Good shout.
Drake Maverick's other half, Renee, because you can't have a man pin her. You cannot do it. I know Drake Maverick has threatened to pin a pregnant woman. I don't see it happening. And also the dichotomy of having Renee as 24/7 champion and Drake being there, I think it just works really
I think
well.
that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Split the marriage up. It would
Eric Vasquez, friend of the
Legend.
channel, sends us our second question today. He says, if Kevin Owens continues this run he's on up until Rumble time, I think he'd have to win, right? If not Daniel Bryan, of course.
Yes. He's the hottest thing in the company.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's going to kill Shane McMahon. He's going to vanquish him. And then he's going to be hopefully really, really good for the months leading up to the Royal Rumble. Yeah, at the moment he's got all the momentum.
What's annoyed me recently, not necessarily in recent years, because I thought Shinsuke's win was fantastic and was one of the best in recent memory.
It was brilliant.
It annoys me that if someone's hot, they think, oh, well, we don't have to give them the Rumble win. They can use that to sort of hot shot someone into a title picture. No, use that to continue the momentum and then work on whoever you want to take on the other title, working them into a decent storyline. Like, just the fact that they win a Rumble doesn't make us all go, ooh, I can't wait for that. And I think arguably this year's Rumble might be the most interesting in quite some time, because there's so many different people you could right now pitch as winning the Rumble.
Totally agree. I think it's going to be awesome.
But yeah, I agree. Owens, if he continues and it's not Daniel Bryan winning the Rumble, give it to him.
He's always got good takes, Eric, hasn't he? I like Eric.
Continually talking about the Rumble here. Final question today comes from Paul Price, who says, just a thought, with Mick Foley giving the rub to Bray Wyatt on the Raw reunion show a while back, do you think we'll see the two faces of Wyatt at the Rumble getting his muscle man dance over and then coming back for the win as the Fiend?
That'd be incredible, wouldn't it? That'd be bloody awesome. He could come out at number one, get eliminated somehow, doing all the goofy stuff, maybe he could do the muscle man, or it could be in his goofy sweater with all his puppets and stuff. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see the Fiend win as well.
1:30.
Yeah, perfect. Like, I know we've just put Kevin Owens over, but the Fiend would be really good as well. I think he should go undefeated until, like, at least, I don't know, like a year. I think he should be the most terrifying thing anyone has ever seen. I think he should kill Finn Balor in like 2 minutes as well. Not because I don't like Finn, I just think it'd be really awesome.
And Finn's going away for a while. He doesn't need doesn't need the rub of anything. Yeah. Right, let's move on to today's...
I'd rub Finn's belly, he's really hot.
Absolutely. Yeah. So move on to today's and finally, and look, it's... Should we get some snazzy shirts to wear for doing the news?
Say it properly, please.
Snazzy!
Yeah, I'll get some of those.
Shout out to Trafalgaladon, who posted that on Reddit Squared Circle. I never give people shout outs for their photos, but that's fantastic.
Do you reckon we could do what them through the house have done and ask people to send us snazzy shirts? Or is that a bit of a beg? It's your choice.
I'll tell you what, it's my birthday in 6 days.
Yeah.
Just put it out there.
Large, medium.
Yeah, exactly. Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And you can send us Twitter questions at WhatCultureWWE on Twitter. In fact, watch there, follow both of us. You can follow him at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Headbanger Mosh.
Ooh, you can follow me at Adam Wilborn. You can follow us all at WhatCultureWWE. And make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. Some good podcasts going up over this weekend. My thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon. Peace.